Going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, the Chargers did make a big time release in their wide receiver Mike Williams. I guess they released him today. They were gonna save about 20 something million dollars, which helped them get, I believe it's something compliant, whatever they call it, to be able to start the brand new football year officially. That's why a lot of these signings that happened weren't officially going towards any other salary or anything like that, but now that they are salary compliant, they're able to make some more moves, and they even did a big move as well, restructuring Khalil Mack's rest of his contract and able to save up some money as well, so they can at least keep him for the time being. And whether they end up trading him or trading Bosa or even Keenan Allen too, because there have been a lot of calls for all four of those guys, even Mike Williams before he was released. And there's even some hope, I guess, from the Chargers that they think they could bring him back if he's willing to come back. I don't know if he really is, because right now he looks like he's the top free agent available, even though he did get injured pretty bad late in the season, and who knows when he's going to be 100% healthy to come back. But either way, I guess good luck to him. Hopefully he doesn't go to any of the Chargers division rivals, but that's just kind of how the NFL works. You lose your player and then he ends up going to play for your rival, which I never understood. They could go anywhere they want, and I don't know if it's just because they want to play you twice or not, or whatever the next season, but I think it's always kind of a little bit more boring when a guy goes to a rival and just stays. I'd rather have some more, different looking season and throughout the whole playoffs and stuff for the next year. But a lot of these guys just like to swap teams, so it's kind of boring. But either way, we'll see what the Chargers can do the next couple of days. And a defensive lineman, Xavier Akpanu, hopefully I'm saying that correct, he is going to be visiting USC this weekend. I don't know if it's an official visit or not. I believe he's from the state of Texas as well, but he said he's trying to get all over the place during the spring, so go to different schools and visit them, and at least luckily he did choose USC in that process, so hopefully they will be in his final process when it comes to picking a school near towards his commitment date. And then he has two basketball players for USC, Juju Watkins, the star freshman on the women's side, and Boogie Ellis, the star senior on the men's side, joined an NIL deal with, I believe they're a law firm, Morgan & Morgan. I think that's what they are, but they're pretty much locally based, like out here in SoCal, I think. I just usually see their commercials pop up here and there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. They're getting an NIL deal on both sides, so maybe there'll be a commercial or some type of advertisement coming out with them involved too, so that'll be pretty cool. And then yeah, the men's basketball team did play today against Washington and got that victory 80-74. Boogie Ellis had 25 points, and he now has over 2,000 points scored at USC, which is pretty cool. And they obviously get the number one team in the Pac-12 tournament in Arizona on Thursday as you're watching this. And I believe they play like early again at 12 p.m. So I guess we'll find the result out pretty early Thursday. And hopefully it's once again another upset victory for USC, like they just upset this same Arizona team over the weekend. But yeah, overall, I guess, Boogie Ellis did not want to go home. He says the Pac-12 tournament always revs him up a little bit more because he doesn't want to go home empty-handed. So yes, hopefully they will be able to win out, because like I said, I think that's the only way they're going to be able to get into the NCAA tournament. And then Juju Watkins was recently honored. I want to say this was from ESPN. I guess they give out awards now, which is kind of interesting, but she was awarded the top freshman of the year. She made the All-American team, and she was the player of the year runner-up as well for them. I never really knew they gave out their own awards, so I know she swept a lot of stuff in the Pac-12 side of that conference awards, but maybe she will start getting some more national stuff in the NCAA, so we'll see. And a lot of players, high school players, setting up official visits to USC over the next couple of months. I'll read them off, so I did see quite a few of them pop up on social media. So first guy I did end up seeing was a 4-star linebacker in Dawson Merritt. He did put USC in his top 10, so that's nice. A 2025 wide receiver, Romero Eisen, is setting an official visit in early April and an official visit in June 7th. So it's the first time I've seen a guy come twice on official visits. A 2025 wide receiver, Chris Lawson, said an official visit for May 17th. A 2025 four-star linebacker, Max Granville, set up an official visit for the USC June 7th through the 9th. A 2025 linebacker, Chase Taylor, has set up an unofficial visit on April 6th, coming up soon next month. And he did have a pretty interesting quote saying that obviously he loves the school and the coaches, but he said even their NIL opportunities or deals are hard to turn down, which has always kind of been the thing that a lot of the fans are wondering about at USC is why aren't they putting up enough money for a lot of these players. But I know a lot of those collectives that are helping out USC get a lot of these high school guys or transfer guys said that their numbers have been higher or at least set at a number that they like in order to be able to offer a lot of these players. So maybe he's seeing that. I kind of don't like them chasing after certain players like that unless they are like the top of the top, the elites of the elites in either high school or the transfer portal. But I guess maybe this guy is pretty good, this linebacker, so we'll see how this turns out. But yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how all this stuff shapes up, because it's pretty crazy when you think about it. And then one of the top junior players out there in women's tennis, I believe her name is Raphael LaRue. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. She did commit verbally to USC tennis, and I believe she's like the number 5 ranked player in Canada or something like that, and like number 100 and something in her class or her age group. So she's a pretty talented girl who's coming to USC within the next year or two. I don't know if she's graduating and foregoing her senior year up there or not, but yeah, obviously a lot of talent being added to even the other sports at USC, so it's always nice to see. And ex-USC guard DeMar DeRozan scored 46 points this night. I think it was Wednesday. Obviously it's not his career high, but he was able to make some history on the way. He did pass Elgin Baylor and Dwayne Wade to be number 33 on the all-time NBA scoring list, so that's pretty cool for him. I think he passed them both within the same game, which is pretty crazy. I think LeBron did that pretty recently as well, because some of these guys' numbers are just so close, and obviously he had a big game with 46 points, and I think he led them to that victory tonight as well against the Pacers, so congrats to him. Obviously one of the ex-great USC Trojans from the basketball program. And they recently did like a top freshman who were some of the 5 stars that really lived up to that hype of their name and the 5-star ranking. And obviously they had guys like Isaiah Collier at the top of the list at USC, and then of course Jared McCain, who was the 5-star who went to Duke as well. So obviously it's pretty cool to have 2 guys on both my teams on this list. I probably would have picked a different person from Duke if it was the beginning of the season, but that guy is hurt now. So yes, I obviously love that Jared McCain has stepped up and surpassed all my expectations as well. It just sucks because he might be leaving for the NBA a lot sooner than I thought. But either way, yeah, it's a pretty cool get for these guys. And 247 Sports recently put out their first, second, and third teams, I believe, for the basketball season on the men's side. And Duke's Kyle Filipowski, the sophomore, was on the second team. I think it was the first team in the ACC, but there's obviously a lot more schools to compete. At least he did make the second team, so that's a nice honor for him. Hopefully he gets a couple more of those coming up soon. And then yes, sadly the Lakers did play Wednesday night against the Kings, and for some reason they can't get by this guy, especially when they've had Domantas Sabonis every time. I don't know if it was just when Anthony Davis has played against him, or when the Lakers have played against him recently. I think the record was like 0-10 or something like that, which is pretty crazy, especially for a divisional team, and especially a team you might be seeing in the playoffs. I know last year they almost saw them in the second round, but the Warriors beat them in the 7th game. But yeah, overall, I just don't know how they can get past these Sacramento Queens, as Shaq once put it a while back. But yeah, hopefully they can figure that crap out. And then, yeah, I know the Chargers did make official on a lot of those signings pretty recently, like the running back Gus Edwards. Alohi Gilman, who they re-signed, the safety, and the tight end Will Disley. So it's always kind of weird to me how they became official, even though they didn't technically have the money until later on Wednesday. But I guess that money doesn't count technically towards their salary and all that stuff. But either way, it's nice to officially get a lot of these guys, and even some of the guys I mentioned that signed away from the Chargers. Apparently, we're not going to get comp picks like those free invisible picks in the NFL draft coming up for all of them. I don't know why, because it said, I think Austin Eckler, they said the Chargers aren't getting one because of signing Gus Edwards, but when Gerald Everett, the tight end from the Chargers, signed with the Bears, and then the Chargers signed another tight end, Will Disley, somehow that was still okay. And as of right now, at least two of those guys who left are going to comp like 6th-round picks, so they're not really great picks overall, but still a couple of later picks to take shots on some guys later in the draft or be able to move up to package one to move up a couple more spots. You never know. So yes, we'll see how this NFL draft goes in the near future. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day.